Hello everybody, in this video we are going to be taking a look at a scenario where civilization, Jesus, civilization starts over. We are now on a 54, yeah, 54 of the series, and in the last video we did see, well not, I was gonna say we didn't see too much exciting, but like, we saw the peace treaty to World War III, and we also saw the internet get created. So yeah. Um, if you guys like this. Also, something I forgot to mention in the peace tree, I don't know how. This like bluish nation, their capital is here. I don't know how. Also, nautical layers up there, like the water stuff. If you guys like this, then don't forget to like and subscribe because I think I've said this, but I'm trying to get to 300 subscribers by the end of 2026. So if you could subscribe, that would be very helpful. Anyways, let's just get on with this because I actually planned this video out a little bit. So, well, I only planned 4 ideas, but one of them is pretty big. So, first of all, Baja California. They're in a bit of a crisis. Like, we just got disconnected from the northern half. Like, what do we do? Like, this is a pretty big issue. And like, wait, have I done the stability layout? Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, that's really not good. Let's just ignore that. I don't know why I went on that layer anyways. We're looking at the LS. Where is it? So, they go to the LS, and they go to their regional member and the nearest Security Council member. They're like, hey, can we have some help? And like, sorry, still rebuilding from World War III because a lot of us just got nuked. And they're like, bro, we just lost connection to half of our population. This is a bit important, but like, they don't care. And that's going to lead to something very surprising happening. Baja California is going to have a revolution. It's going to sprout up here, but like it's going to be down here, and then the rest. And what is that going to be leading? Well, it's something to do with the ideology. They're going to be going from a full democracy. They're going to be going to a fascist nation. And that also means that they automatically just get, like, they get suspended from the LS. But they're like, no, why should we even be suspended? Like, they clearly don't care about us, so they decide to leave. And they also decide that anywhere that wants independence in their nation, gain independence. So we see them give independence to this northern section as they were sort of trying to get independence. And this is like this is a peaceful, like, don't worry, it's a peaceful division. So yeah, we have the Californian island. Like, that was like a thing, like there was like a California myth, right? Because if not, I just sound crazy. I think it existed. Anyways, the capital of like actual Baja California, sort of. They're gonna put theirs right here. Actually, no. I think that I'm gonna have them keep it very close to like over here. Anyway, it's on to the LS. This thing that happened over here in Baja California. Also, I really forgot to update this. Sorry, but let me just update this real quick. It won't be important soon. So, uh, all these guys were forced to join, basically. They were, a majority were, but this blue nation wasn't. They still decided to join, and this orange nation wasn't forced to join. Basically, yeah, but this, I'm gonna come back to this later. There's a few nations where why does this dark red nation still have one? They haven't been around for a while. I'm gonna have to get rid of quite a few of these. So say goodbye to this. I'm pressing shift, not control. There we go. Anyways, let's go to the next part. Um, Brazil is going to be releasing their puppet slash occupation zone. I don't really know what to call this, so yeah. And I actually wrote down what color I want to be. A dark red. I know it wasn't originally like a dark red, but like this looks pretty sick. So I'm gonna do this. And yeah, we now have a new nation over here. Actually, I'm gonna up the tolerance a bit because I understand that there's like a few areas that are like different shades of blue. Why can't? Okay, there we go. Okay, I guess upping the tolerance just does not matter according to these pixels. So that's good to know. Anyways, yeah, we see this red nation gain their independence. Oh, Jesus. So yeah, that's pretty peak. We now have one additional nation, which brings our total up to 1, 2, 11. I think that's equal to modern day. It's either they have 11 or 14, I forgot. I don't remember. Anyways, capital. They are going to be putting it right. They're going to be putting it right here. Because that's like I think that's like the nearest capital part anywhere in the old area. Because the Brazilian part's got moved. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna be honest, I did not actually write down that many things. I wrote North Baja California gets independence, and Brazil releases the puppet slash zone Dark Umbrella. All I wrote, well, except for the main event. So, guess we're doing an old animation classic. Doing it random. Yay! God. So, um, you know, I know what to touch upon. We're going off the S for a bit. We're coming soon. Also, I'm gonna get rid of the nuke council. Oh, actually, I do talk about the nuke council quick. So Moscow and the nation up here, they all had nukes. All these ones over here, they went to Vietnam. Thank you, Federa, for counting this, because I had the map open in a call. I asked him to count it. He counted it. If it's inaccurate, blame him. And Moscow. Their nukes got split between Poland, Ukraine, and Caucasia. And India's ones, I don't know what happened to them. I forgot. I think they just got demolished or something. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I just want to touch upon that. Anyways, radiation. This is actually kind of important. As you can see, both of these nations' capitals are a bit radiated. And it's starting to spread. It begins spreading into this Mexican nation. And it's starting to get bad. Also, did I mention that like this little strip that got sunk, that was very heavily populated. I don't even think there's a city there, but it was very populated. Like maybe 2 million, I think 2 million lived there. So yeah, that's a lot of people that just died to India. So yeah. Yeah, so that's over here. Down here. Boom. Over here, like just all of it's radiated. But going down to here, they've been kicking back the radiation. So yeah, go there. Over here in Africa, uh, Madagascar is no longer radiated. Tanzania is a barren wasteland. I'm joking. That is the wrong one. They've just been like slowly kicking it. Wait, hold on. What would that gradient look like? Anyways, sorry, I got a bit sidetracked. Back to the radiation. It's getting kicked back quite a decent bit. It's gone over here. It's spreading a lot over here. This northern coast is completely free of radiation. This city is free, and they're starting to rid these cities. In fact, they do end up ridding the cities. It's just like this. I'm gonna make it look a bit cleaner. Except this bit is radiated. So yeah, over here, just all the radiation up here is gone. And going over to Moscow, not trying to be funny, but it's quite literally fully only just contained. Oh god, it is literally just fully contained in their border. Like if I go onto the radiation map, then like it's basically only just like in their actual borders now. Like it's not outside of the actual like country borders, except maybe like 1 mile in every direction, maybe. But like this is like Moscow is a barren wasteland right now. Over here, they've started kicking back Qatar. So yeah, Bahrain is it's basically just actual Qatar. Like it's not even all of Qatar. Like it's just like these northern lands and like it's only like the northern lands. Over here. Also, quick question: should I move this like Kuwait nation? Should I move the capital to the Euphrates River? Anyways, over here they are starting to get rid of the radiation. I know it's very repetitive, but would you rather me have to live with a barren wasteland? Well, jokes on you, I won't, because where I live is currently in Cornwall in the series, but well, not in Cornwall in real life. Anyways, India. Oh, India. Oh boy, how do I talk about India? It's very hard to get rid of this nuclear waste. Also, I probably shouldn't move that capital. Anyways, yeah. And everywhere else, you literally cannot get the nuke out, or the radiation out. Anyways, that's the radiation layer done. Now let's go on to the union layer, but I haven't touched this in a minute. So, going up here. These two have they've had a bit of a rocky relationship. Back when this nation was Red Estonia, now Moscow, they they were pretty big. I believe at their largest extent, they were maybe something like. I feel like they were something maybe like this. They were like this. Maybe they even had over here. So that, or it was owned by Denmark. But then after the Polish-Estonian War, they were kicked back to just this, where we saw this get split. Well, we saw them get kicked back to this, and either in another war they only became this, or in a civil war they only became this. But then everyone decided to go over here, and they became one of the largest nations in history. But now they're here, so these two have had a bit of a rocky relationship, but they're going to be forming a single nation, and that is going to be the dark orange. I'm going to make it redder. There we go. So yeah, to form a nation together, and they're gonna have their capitals together. Because yeah, they're gonna have their capitals next to each other. Anyways, I think that we should have a quick talk. So I'm going to just also no joke, I do just want to really say something. So I know that my upload schedule is a bit over, like it's just all over the place, but I am trying to keep it like daily. And like, if I do continue doing it daily, tomorrow there just won't be a video because I'm gonna be at my mom's until like before I go to school, and then she's going out, so I'm gonna have to go to my dad's, and I don't re-record this, so yeah, I won't be able to make one tomorrow. Anyways, say hello to the map again, and I'm back down here now. Anyways, talk over. Let's head over to here because these two are going at it again. Yep. So, who's gonna be starting the war? Who do you think it's gonna be? It's gonna be the old Iberian Empyrean nation, now Solviera. They're starting the war, and they're doing pretty good. But then they get kicked back, and then something happens. And then suddenly they're doing stupidly well. You might be wondering, well, what happened? Well, if we go on to the ideology layer, I think you know where I'm going with this, so let's just skip to the end. Bing, bop, boop. So yeah, wanna know? I put okay. Here we go. Now, do you wanna know what that's gonna mean? Well, my friend, it means this. Say goodbye. So yeah, but then we see like support coming in from these nations down here, and then Solviera is like, we're screwed. They very quickly lose like all ground here, and then boom. But like they can't even like fully occupy it. I mean, they can't even like annex it. Like they can't just go like boom. I mean, um, they can't even just like fully annex it because then like there is a very slight color difference here. Like they can't even fully annex it, or else it'll just like rebel away. So what they end up doing is they just occupy it. Like I don't know, they just occupy it. So yeah, like they currently unify with a nation. Like say for example they decided to unify with the WEUF. This would just be WEUF occupied. And say they decided to occupy with the Democratic Iberian Republic. Or Democratic Republic of Iberia, I don't know. It would be occupied by them. So yeah, this is just occupied. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go to an area that you might not think I'm gonna be going to. We're gonna be heading to the Caribbean, or more specifically, Caribbean. Well, why is that? Florida is they're currently trying to like be better off from like what just happened, like World War Three, like it heavily affected them. Like they didn't get nuked, but like the threat of an invasion here, down here, then these guys getting upset. It just like it affected them, and like they ended up thinking, "Oh God, we're gonna get invaded. We are dead," but they didn't, and they're fine. But some people were like from over here, where I believe Miami is. They came over here and were like, "We're all gonna die. Ask for your independence now, so we can get out of this war." So we have our independence, and then Florida was, no, we won the war, but uh, their economy is a little bit down the drain. Not, not like entirely down the drain. Like they don't have the best economy right now. So we actually see them decide to give a few areas of Caribbean independence. More specifically, they decide to give Haiti their independence underneath a I'm trying to think of a good color that's sort of that's similar. You know what? I think I like this color. Actually, no, make it a bit bluer. Yeah, like you can like trace your way back to the poem, but like it is a bit different. They all live in Puerto Rico. That is very similar to Edith Rose, America. They decide that's also very similar. Um, I don't know. Oh, I know what color. This color. Wait, no. Hmm. I'm just gonna mix and match color. Ooh, I like that. Wait, let me add a little bit of red and then a little bit yellow. Ooh, I like that. Alright, we got independent Puerto Rico. But not just that, we're also going to be seeing an independent Trinidad and Tobago. And they are going to be a, I don't know, orange, green, and a splash of blue, and another splash of white, and then some yellow. Yay! We actually got to a color. I'm gonna add a bit of red. I ruined it, but screw it, we ball in. Anyways, Caribbean, I believe, is now fully independent. And now let's see where their capitals are going to be. Because if I can actually find the right letter, here we go. We can see that Puerto Rico is going to keep their capital. Española is going to have theirs right in the middle. And Trinidad and Tobago. Wait, no, Trinidad and Tobago. I think is this Dominica? I'm not sure. I'm gonna Google it. Dominica. It says country in the Caribbean. So if I pull up an image, it should be what I'm thinking of. Hmm. Um, I think I'm right. Let's assume I'm right, because I'd rather not spend 20 minutes trying to figure it out. Anyways, yeah. Anyways, I would say it's been long enough for me to do the final event of this video. And I'm going to actually try and find the LS layer. Where is it? Here it is. So, League of States. A lot of nations have been heavily affected from also, no, I'm not even going to fix China. They've been heavily affected from World War III. A lot of nations know that. And a lot of nations haven't gotten any help. For example, all of the Indian nations. This is a nuclear wasteland. And despite being forced in, we are going to be seeing every Indian nation, hello Tibet Unificaria, they're going to be leaving. You might have noticed how I didn't fix Tibet Unificaria. They're going to be leaving, as well as Volcania Unificaria, this Balkan nation. We see Australia Unificaria leave, both Indonesian nations. We see the yellow team, New Zealand and Tasmania leave. We see this nation leave. Also these guys. All South African nations leave. We see every single Central American nation leave. None of the old Caribbean nations were even in it. California leaves. Alaska leaves. The Green Team leaves. Quebec leaves, as well as previously American nations. So nation just falls over in, I guess. We see Chicago leave. This yellow nation leave. Going over to East Asia. The purple nation and Vietnam both leave. Everyone else who borders the South China Sea leaves, including but not limited, including the Green Nation, So green China, whatever color China this is, Taiwan and the Philippines. We see the green Chinese nation as well as the blue Chinese nation leave. The large purple one leave. They leave. Hokkaido and Japan leave. Siberia makes their leave. We see this nation, they take their leave. All North African nations except Libya and Egypt leave. All Iberian nations except New Galicia leave. So that just leaves us to a few nations. All of the Security Council members, all of South America except this Amazon nation, Egypt, Libya, the Ivory Coast, Nigeria, Eritrea, I said Djibouti, Ethiopia, this purple nation, the Yemenis Union, basically a few. But with like half of the world leaving, it just collapses. And with that, we see the LS officially collapse. But in its place, a new thing is going to be made. UN. No, not United Nations. The Union of Nations. And I'm going to be telling you who it is formed by. It's going to be formed by the following. It is going to be formed. Shut up outside. It is going to be formed by the WEUF. I need to shrink this. So the WEUF, the NOH, we see the Yemenis Union join, Florida, Brazil, Greece, and we are also going to be seeing, if I can find it, the military alliance. We are going to be seeing every single triangle joining on the alliance. So that includes Denmark, Germany, Poland, Ukraine, Italy, Nigeria, Ethiopia, Baja California, and despite not being in it, Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, Dominica, the Ivory Coast, and finally Green China, China, Taiwan, and finally you. And that is where I'm going to be in today's video with the colors of the LS. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me actually get the right thing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Like I said earlier, I'm trying to get to 300 by the end of 2026. So yeah, bye. Actually, no, I'm not gonna say it.